Hi, this is Sandra with Shooting Stars Readings, and I am going to um, dedicate this video to spiritual and divine guidance, right? So I have been channeling quite a bit of guidance these last few months, and most recently I feel that there is a huge need and release, right? There's a lot of karmic lessons and karmic cycles that are closing themselves out, because I literally, as I pulled cards for, my Facebook group in Facebook, I kept getting karmic patterns, right? So I thought I would record a video on divine guidance, because I know it sounds a bit cliche to follow your guidance, because a lot of people get discouraged by that, because a lot of times they have a hard time tapping into their own guidance, right? Which is why you're drawn to reading about tarot cards, or seeing cards online, or watching videos, right? Or you're just curious. A lot of people are just curious about what that guidance is for them specifically. So I thought I would pull some cards and record a short video on the divine guidance coming through, but this is as a general group, right? So this message might not resonate with everybody, because everybody is different. So if the messages don't resonate with you, it's okay. That just means that that it really wasn't meant for you, right? But there might be certain aspects of the reading that will speak to you, and those aspects will you can obviously use that guidance in your favor. So that's normally how readings work, right? So you just take what resonates with you and apply it to your regular day-to-day life. But so I'm just going to ask for guidance, because I haven't shuffled cards, and I thought I would pull cards from our guardian angel reading cards. I love this deck. It's amazing. If you guys don't have it, I'm sure you'd love it. But let me ask. Call upon God, angels of love and light. What loving guidance do you have for Sandra's audience? What divine guidance? What direction are you leading Sandra's viewers? What is their divine guidance leading them towards? What is their divine guidance leading them towards? I got authority. I got initiations. Ooh. And I got St. Jude. Oops, sorry about that. You know, what that to me tells me about St. Jude, how I accidentally put the card on there backwards, is that I feel like for many of you might already be praying to St. Jude. I know I've told a lot of you about St. Jude, because I pray to him quite a bit. For those that don't know who St. Jude is, he is the saint of hopeless causes, right? So when all else fails and you feel like hope is gone and there's absolutely nothing that will, that things have just gotten to the absolute worst they could possibly get, right? So St. Jude, and it's interesting that there is a number 9 in this card, because usually, well, as Catholics, right? I don't stick to a specific denomination, so like I said, just go with what speaks to you. But I personally would pray for 9 days straight. If I would pray to St. Jude, I would pray for 9 straight days. To ask him, whether it was help finding a job, whether it was to help repair a relationship, whether it was for protection, right? Whatever it is, prosperity, whatever you need, you pray to him for 9 days straight, and you light that white candle, and he literally is your saving grace. Because if you notice on the card, it says saving grace. And so I think it's interesting because I think for him, he's just sort of in the background, right? A lot of you might not feel that that he's assisting you, but if you notice, there's the moon, right? The moon phases, and I feel that he's helping guide you through these phases of your life. And from the very beginning, what came through was authority. So what I feel is that right now your divine guidance is guiding you towards, one, acknowledging your own personal power. And for many of you, a lot of you are being guided towards learning how to grasp your own intuition and your own spiritual powers. And what I mean by spiritual powers is spiritual powers as in your ability to co-create, right? Your ability to have what you want, your ability to defy logic in that sense. So I'm feeling that you're being guided towards finding that. But if you notice, the next card that came up was initiation here, and there's this girl that's staring up at a light that seems to be beaming down, that is that's shining upon her, right? It almost looks like it catches her by surprise, but that's actually spirit right there talking to her, guiding her, helping her find her way. And as that spirit is talking to her, shows, for many of you, St. Jude might be the one communicating with you. He might be giving you that guidance, right? But see, the card underneath the deck is literally collective, the unconscious. See, this goes way beyond, what you could physically see in this realm. I feel that deeply. So if you have been struggling with anything, don't be afraid to tap into your unconscious. And that might sound a bit rare, and for you that you've been in this spiritual type industry, or like if you have a spiritual practice that you follow regularly, that means that you can pray, you can meditate, you can listen to guided meditations, right? And really tap into what your spirit is truly trying to tell you. So let me ask for some clarification on what your spirit is actually trying to tell you. So let's see, I'll pull a few more cards on that. What is there's okay, so your divine guidance is trying to tell you to stand your ground, right? Some of you might have some blocks with regards to love. I feel that this might be some challenges regarding love. This doesn't necessarily have to be romantic relationships, although it could be. I feel this has to do with those you love. I'm feeling heartache, because if you notice, she's touching her heart, and that's the first thing. See, I feel that for a really long time, you ignored your needs, and therefore you were literally heartbroken. So I feel that that's what you're being guided towards. But again, see, authority comes back up. This is the second deck, and it's for those who are interested. This deck is from Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors. I love this deck too. But so you're being guided to just take your power back, right? You're being guided towards taking your power back. And I hear, in order to fill your own well, let's see, call from God, Angels of Love and Light. What angels are coming? See, I feel for you, there's some conflict with someone in particular. I feel like it's not going to go anywhere, so it's almost pointless to fight. I'm also feeling there's a need for you to show who you truly are, you know, and to surrender that issue to the divine. But you have to believe in yourself and know that you're gonna do well. I feel like for many this might also mean a friendship, a relationship, whether this is family, whoever it might be, whether it's in the workplace. I feel that has to do with doing the best that's in your best interest, because you've already spent too much time, right, like ignoring your own needs. So it's important for you to be authentic with who you really are. It's important for you to be authentic with who you really are in order for you to heal and mend, right? Because in reality, there's really nothing you can do, right? Because like the card said earlier, nothing will come of that situation. So there's really no point in forcing anything. And I mean, you, of course, this is a different situation for everybody. So you're being called to really let this go. You're really being called to tap into your own innate spiritual powers, because in reality, I feel for many of you, you're being led in a different direction. I also feel there's divine intervention at play. So for many of you, you might be protected from worse situations, right? Like what comes to mind is almost that saying, it's interesting because what comes to mind is this old saying my grandma would always tell me that I never forget, is don't do something good that looks bad. And some of you might be, but for others it might also be that it may look good, right? Like it may not seem like it's that big of a deal, but in reality the situation could really turn on you. I want you to stay focused, because you're being led to higher ground. Like you're being led towards success, you know. It's just a matter of discovering it and finding it. But as you can notice, that moon is really at play, and St. Jude is going to be a big part of your saving grace, whether that's St. Jude for you, whether that's God, whether that's a divine, whatever you call it, that spiritual divine superpower that surrounds all of us, that is leading you towards higher ground. And so it's important for you to trust, and it's important for you to have faith and focus on that which you cannot see, right? Because in reality, you can't see your path in front of you, but St. Jude can, right? Like Source can. And that path is leading you towards finding better situations that are going to lead you towards more happiness and grace, right? Literally the word grace just comes to mind. So be strong and know that the changes See, the cards underneath both of these decks are fear, strength, and it's time to release negativity, right? Because you're releasing that negativity. Some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio, and you know, so that might be a Scorpio, right? There might be some kind of karmic cycle that has to do with a Scorpio. And this, like I said, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be at work. This could be with your family, friends. This could just be different patterns throughout your life. Of course, it's different for everybody. But it's time to let go and be strong and know, because for many of you, there's an end to a very difficult situation, but you have to choose the higher road, the higher path, right? And sometimes choosing the higher path might be just letting it go. And letting it go doesn't necessarily mean allowing people to treat you badly, but it just means you choosing not to engage because it's really not worth your energy. And so what you're doing is you're putting your focus on what you would like to co-create, because you're literally taking your power back to make that decision as far as what is it that I'm bringing forth, right? What is it that I want? See, you're asked to visualize success. Whatever it is that you want, you're being called to focus on it, because if you focus on the issues, if you focus on the problems, that's what you'll receive more of. You know, don't be afraid to take charge, right? In positive ways, and taking charge again, this is like almost a third card that demonstrate authority, right? Taking your power back, being powerful. Don't be afraid to take charge of your life and making decisions that are in your best interest, right? As long as you're not harming anybody else, then there's really nothing wrong with it. But you have to ultimately do what's best for you. And, you know, I honestly feel that a lot of you are going through a deep transformation that's going to help you find a deep sense of fulfillment. See, and I'm just pulling from random cards, but this one from the Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray says, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And so, see, that's exactly what I mean. Focus on what you're trying to create, because right now, more than ever, is the time to plant seeds. Those seeds are really going to start sprouting come the spring, if not sooner for many of you, right? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it spoke to you. If it did, feel free to comment in the comments below. As always, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I thank you so much for your time, for listening to this video on spiritual guidance. Thank you. Talk to you soon. I will be posting videos every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm located in Arizona, so that's, I know a lot of you are in different parts of the world, but so on Wednesdays and Saturdays I will be posting. So if you're interested, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell notification, so whenever I post videos, you can see those. And as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I am very new to YouTube, so my way of thanking you for supporting my channel, I'm just asking for you to just shoot me a quick comment, just say hello or something along those lines, and I'll include you into a drawing for all my new subscribers. And I'll go ahead and post a special mini reading for you on here, just for you, okay? So I'll enter you into that drawing, and at least I'll pick at least 2 winners every month, and I'll go from there. Okay, thank you so much.